Welcome back everyone. In this video, we'll guide you through the final sections of the LOESS Learning Scenario template, helping you structure assessments, feedback, and reflections effectively. Let's get started. Before you begin your lessons, it's important to assess what your students already know. This initial assessment helps you understand their prior knowledge, identify gaps, and tailor your teaching approach. To complete this section, think about the key concepts students should be familiar with before starting. You might use a short quiz on basic soil types, a class discussion about their past outdoor experiences, or even a simple KWL chart where students list what they already know, what they want to learn, and later what they have learned. You also need to include formative assessment, which happens throughout the learning experience. This allows you to track student progress, provide feedback, and adjust your teaching methods as needed. When filling out this section, think about ways students can demonstrate their understanding before reaching the final assessment stage. This could be through interactive activities like concept maps, peer discussions, or even quick quizzes. The goal is to encourage students to reflect on their learning and apply their knowledge in creative ways. At the end of your learning scenario, a final assessment will help measure how well students have mastered the key concepts. When completing this section, choose assessment methods that align with your learning objectives. For example, students might present their findings from a soil investigation, take a written test with multiple choice and essay questions, or work on a project-based assessment, such as designing a soil conservation plan. If your scenario includes group work, make sure to outline how students will be graded both individually and as a team. Beyond assessment, it's also important to hear directly from your students. Student feedback provides valuable insight into how the lesson was received and helps improve future scenarios. In this section, think about how students can share their thoughts. You might ask them to fill out a short questionnaire about their engagement, hold a class discussion where they can share their experiences, or use a digital survey for anonymous responses. But remember, your own reflection is just as important as your students' feedback. In the teacher feedback section, take some time to consider what worked well and what could be improved. You can use a self-assessment table or simply write a brief reflection. Think about which activities were the most effective, what challenges you encountered, and how you might adjust the scenario for next time. Finally, the reflection on the development process allows you to document your journey in creating this learning scenario. This is your opportunity to share what inspired you to choose this topic, summarize any research or resources that influenced your planning, and reflect on what you've learned about your own teaching approach. For example, maybe your idea came from a field trip where students showed interest in soil conservation. Or perhaps you discovered new hands-on learning strategies while designing your lessons. If you have additional materials such as worksheets, activity guides, or printable handouts, be sure to include them in the Annex section and reference them in the relevant parts of your template. And that's it. By completing these final sections, you'll ensure your learning scenario is well structured, engaging, and effective. We hope this guide makes the process easier for you. Thanks for watching and happy teaching!